How y'all doing? Dorkula here. Who you gonna call? Don't call me, I ain't the one. I just figured I was gonna rant out here. I got a lot of stuff going through my head. Hey, let me shake the camera up on y'all. It's gonna be a long video, not a short. But I'm gonna say this. It's been on my mind, and that's it. I'm gonna say it, and it's done. So basically, I was at this birthday party and also graduation parties kind of mixed together yesterday with some of Desi's friends and the people that are out here, and it's cool. It was just like, wow, when he, yeah, it was just nice. Also went to my therapy yesterday, and that's one thing I want to touch on here is getting a lot of mental help out here. It's easier to do when out in the country than it was in the city. It's so much easier to find help out here. Desi did help me find somebody, but she knows everything out here better than I do. And that was it. She just found me the person. She went with me on my first 2 sessions because that eased me into it. That was it. And I want to touch on all of this stuff I got to talk about right now. It's going to be a long form, so buckle up, Buttercup. We're in for it. First off, I just want to say to Blythe and Susan Ward Brooks, you're going to get some more content out of this one. Love my haters, man. I mean, if people are going to take this time out of their day to make a whole ass video, edit it, and just dunk on you and your girlfriend for no other reason when we don't even have anything to do with these people, it's like, man, at least I'm just sitting out here all by myself, man. At least somebody's thinking about me, Anyways, that's go ahead, make your shit. I don't care. But there are a couple of things that were said that I would like to touch on. Talked about it in therapy, and I'm just gonna briefly bring it up, or just bring it up in this video. So basically, some of the things that I was accused of is, number 1, being a narcissist, number 2, being a deadbeat dad, and I'm gonna address both of those. So pretty much just to explain myself, and this is me coming from therapy, man. It's finding out it was pretty traumatic for me growing up. Me and my brothers were all 2 days and 4 years apart from each other. 3 years and 2 days apart from each other. And sorry, I gotta pause it. Okay. No, my brother and I were 3 days and 2 years apart. That's where I was. And I remember I was locked in that. First I was locked under a sink, and I got locked in a cabinet. I don't know how long I was in there. And then it was a closet. I'm not gonna tell you the other things that happened in there. And I remember my brother being born, and my grandparents were there, and they actually took me out of that place. And I remember seeing the cop lights and the ambulance lights and I was just thinking, wow, and it was just because I don't remember anything but the inside of that apartment. So yeah, I had a very traumatic upbringing, and my grandparents, they basically rescued me. Yeah, I bring that up because I was giving back to my mother, and she has a kind of personality disorder where she can take her personality into somebody, and you can't tell where that person begins and she ends. And when she gets you like that, she can basically control you. I've seen her do that to so many people. And I bring all that up just to show you that I never used to be able to talk about that. And this is going to go public. This is going to go to the world. And it's therapy that got me here. Therapy is it's kind of like sometimes sessions you're like, I don't really want to go, but if you're really dedicated to it, you're going to go. It's kind of like going to the gym. Fuck, I can't skip leg day, you know what I mean? If you're really dedicated for yourself. And I bring all that up because it's coming to my realization that I basically got in a relationship with somebody that's got almost the same kind of personality disorder as my mother had, which would explain why I stayed with this person for so long. And I want to make this perfectly clear. The physical abuse was not done. The mental abuse was, and she has a way too of doing the same thing, interweaving into somebody personality, like, you know, and because right now my youngest is talking to me, and I can't tell if it's her or him. And this is just from my point of view, and then everybody's going to look at this as bashing. It's not bashing, it's an explanation. If you take it as bashing, we're going to get into that. So, with that being said, I really think my ex needs therapy. I'd be happy for her if she went to therapy. She's paying it for herself. She's gonna have to do. I ain't touching that for our kids. Yeah, I got my therapist. I'm already paying for him, and I can bring him up here, and he said we can do that. Now, when I say kids, my oldest is 25, my youngest is 18. These are young adults, and I really want to see them get into therapy as well. I think we all need it, but until that happens, until there's an intake, and until they've actually pushed forward with their therapy, I'm not gonna. It's not my. I can't talk to them. I can't reach out to them. They can. The door's always open for them to reach out to me, but I'm no longer reaching out because what basically happens is, yeah, my ex is hurt. I can tell she's hurt. It's her self-worth. She has bad self-esteem. So what she's doing is right now, I mean, I haven't heard from her. She stays silent, kind of like my mother used to do, but it's other people like Susan Ward Brooks, Blythe C. Brooks, my kids, her friends. They've all got something, you know what I mean? They come at me whenever an event happens, and it's just going to continue. There's always going to be another event. It's going to be another. I'm going to retaliate. I'm going to ask questions, and I'm going to put the truth out. It's going to be seen as an attack, and then it's going to be more boom. Because I mean, you're talking like they're bugging Destiny's phone. They're messaging her with stupid shit, you know. And it's the thing is, when I was living at that house, some of the things my kids have said to me has made me realize that this manipulation was going on right under my nose. I was working a lot of hours. I was barely getting any sleep. My days off, man, I'd spend some time with my kids. But then around junior high, they kind of didn't want to spend time with me anymore. And I thought it was because, you know, dad just wasn't cool and this, that, and the other. But no, they just kind of grew distant. And then I realized, but they would always go to their mom. And then I realized she's always telling them, I've heard her tell them, don't go to your dad gets angry. Leave your dad alone, come to me, you know, come to me, don't go to your dad. So she got them conditioned to that. And then I would tell them, you know, you can come to me. You know, you don't have to be like that. You know, I'm not no matter what I'm doing, I might have been like, God damn it, you made me miss that kill. What? But I would stop and be like, oh, I'm sorry, what? I'd smile at them like, okay, what's going on? You know, like, I never pushed them away like that, but they were conditioned to go to her. This is something that really did happen. It's called parental alienation syndrome, and I'm the alienated parent. They're never going to see it that way, and that's fine. We're just going to have two separate opinions on the matter. I was told the goalpost for me keeps moving. So for me, it was get therapy, and then it was move out. I moved out to get out of the situation, because it would be things like I'd be like, where's my screwdriver that was on the counter I had sitting right here in this cup that's been there forever? Because I have to be very acute of my surroundings because of the PTSD that I have. I'm very aware of what's going on around me, and I memorize everything. As a matter of fact, out here when people can't find anything, they come to me. I thought I saw it over there, you know. But same thing when I was at Armored, man. I knew where everything was, but sometimes at the house she would do this, and she would find it in another room and it'd be somewhere else, and I'd be like, it was never, why did it wind up over there? It would drive me nuts. But she needs to feel like she's worth something, and I really think that she needs to get to therapy, and I would love to see that. Like I said, do it on your fucking own dime because you already sucked every penny out of me. But anyways, that's a different story, and that's me and my bitterness. And I can swallow that apple. This is my YouTube channel, by the way. I can make whatever content and videos I want to make. And if I want to choose to talk to y'all like this and put this out there, and y'all want to watch this 10-minute fucking rant of me going off about my life, dude, more power to y'all. More power to me, dude. Bottoms up. It's coffee. So basically, I moved out because I could no longer be in that environment. I felt like I was too controlled. I didn't even know the bank account, I never shut my kids out. As a matter of fact, they were so happy to see me coming that Christmas, that Wednesday, until, boom, the manipulation started. And that's my point of view on it. You can argue it, you can say what you want, but that's my personal point of view. And yeah, I said, because after that, the way they talked to me was completely different. And that's why I believe that. Don't have proof, but that's why I believe that. So like I said, this is all my personal opinions. From my point of view, my channel, my life. And so now it's going to be like, dude, it's never going to end. There's always going to be something like an event. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to be like, what the fuck? Because she knows how to pique my curiosity like that. And then it's going to be retaliation because she's not going to say anything, but her friends, my kids, Susan and Blythe, they're going to be harassing Destiny and me. And it just goes in a circle. So it's like, look, until my boys want to go to therapy and they're in therapy, then I'll have a conversation with them. I'm not talking to my ex until she's in therapy. That's my boundaries. That's my rules. That's the rules that were set for me. I moved out to the hill country and I found a therapist. And let me tell you what, I didn't do it for my kids. I didn't do it for Caroline. Oh, sorry. I'm going to have to beep that out. I didn't do it for my kids. I didn't do it for my ex. What I did it for was for myself. I didn't do it for Destiny. You can't go to therapy for somebody else. You have to go for yourself. So I sought it out for me. This is my mental health. I want to clear that up right now. Number 2, let's get on this deadbeat dad fucking kick and the reason why I brought all this up. I was leaving, breaking up, get the hell out of my apartment kind of thing, when it was snapped on me that I'm pregnant. I waited to see if it was my kid. Come to find out, years later, I was the last one to know. There was more people that was told that it was their kid, but it wasn't. He was mine. And you know what? I said, that's my son. I did not want my son to go through what my mother put me through. And I did not want these men in his life. So I stayed. I'm his dad. I made it work with somebody. We didn't get married till after my second kid. He was like already 5. It was just like, all right, I'm trying to make this thing work, and it just fell apart, man. It happens. But I stayed in that environment until my kids were adults. In 5 years, he's going to be 30. My youngest in 3 years is going to be 21. They live their own life now. I've done my job. I've been called a fool for sticking around. I've been called an idiot, a sucker. She suckered you. I've been told that, but you know what? Nah, I can say I stayed and I raised my kids. They didn't have an abusive parent in that house. Let's get that out right now. Number 2. So yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to number 2 that. I was moving on, but I said that concludes the deadbeat dad bullshit. And number 2, I mean, they can accuse me of being a narcissist all they want to. Like I said, that's their point of view, and that's fine. it just sounds like everybody needs to go to therapy. And, you know, I always had an exit strategy. Like I said, 2013, I was living in the living room. The living room was my room. That's why I was streaming those reactions from the bathroom. I didn't have a room. So, I mean, it was the living room. After I turned off my stream, that chair I was sitting in was my bed. You know what I mean? I moved on. And it just so happened I found somebody. I did not intend to find somebody else. It just happened. And we've been doing great. Rocky, but great. I mean, no relationship's 100% perfect, but I would have to say compared to everything else, about 98% of the time we're good. It's only about 2 or 3% of the time we're like, man, but I mean, men and women are never going to completely get along together. It's your compromises. And then when you notice she's compromising back, I mean, I have somebody has my back. The things that were said were just like crazy. Like my kids are telling her things like, once he realizes he's no good for you, he's going to leave you. Like, what, am I going to go back to y'all? When I was about to be homeless, y'all didn't care. She paid my rent and she helped me out. So even if we did break up, I would still see her in high regard. And I'm not going back to y'all. Like, what is the end game y'all want from me? That's what I mean. It just seems like a loop. It just seems like just to crush me and to make me miserable. That's all it is. So they just really need to get into therapy. I think I just want to get that off my chest. I just wanted to rant that. That's been bothering me. And yeah, I'm going to watch this again. I'm going to have to bleep out somebody. Well, no, I've already mentioned her name before. Y'all already know. But I don't, it's not slander, dude. It's how I feel. This is actually, I hope this is watched and not taken as an offensiveness. And yes, how could you? The point is, I think everybody needs mental help in this situation, and I would love to see everybody get it. That way, once everybody starts seeing a therapist, maybe we can all start communicating again and be civil. That's what I wanted to do from the beginning. I didn't turn this ugly. But they want to play a game. The smartest computers in the world takes a look at a game and realizes that it can't win. It can't win this game of Tetris. It can't win this game of Mario. Go online and Google this stuff. What does the computers do? The smartest computers in the world, what do? They stop playing. I'm moving on with my life. I love it out here, dude. And I wish I could share this experience. There's some things I'm seeing with my boys, but you know what? They're adults. They can choose what they want to do. They're not kids. They're not to be controlled. I'm going to stay out here with my Desi, who's crashed out. Stayed up late last night. It was a party, man. Feed the cats, listen to the wind chime, and just enjoy the view out here, man. I sit outside a lot. I don't even want to play video games. You know, I don't want that distraction. I would love to get back on a motorcycle again, but I wouldn't do it like I used to do. I used to take off for like hours and days, man. I'd just take off on my bike, just get the fuck out of there. But like, I want to get one here just because it is a very good stress reliever. And it would be nice to come home after, you know, a bad day's of work, or just wake up in the morning and just, you know, run up to the gas station or something, or just run up, you know, yeah, I'll go pick up whatever and take off, but go like the furthest part of town and then come back, you know, like that's the kind of stuff I want to do. And I don't want to be gone from her as much as I did, you know,